Hello, and welcome to Writing Tips with Rachel. Today I'm giving you my best tips for producing more so you can be more creative as a writer. I recently finished reading Adam Grant's book, Originals: How Nonconformists Move the World. I love reading books about creativity and creative thought. This one had all kinds of interesting tidbits, and I took copious notes. Here's one of them. Quote, Simonton finds that, on average, geniuses weren't qualitatively better in their fields than their peers. They simply produced a greater volume of work, which gave them more variation and a higher chance of originality. The odds of producing an influential or successful idea, Simonton notes, are a positive function of the total numbers of ideas generated. I had to look up who Simonton was because I didn't write that in my notes. That would be Dean Simonton, professor of psychology at UC Davis. I know why I wrote this quote down. It's because it confirms a theory I've had for a long time, that producing consistently and prolifically helps us tap into deeper levels of creativity and originality. For a long time, I've been noting how the more ideas I have and the more I record those ideas, the more ideas I get. The more books and pieces I write, the more ideas I have. There's some strange symbiotic relationship between the work and the inspiration. Adam Grant's work confirms that the more original people are the ones who have produced more. What does that mean for us? It means we can give ourselves permission to produce, just to produce, or rather, to produce in the name of originality. Even if some, or the majority, of what we create isn't great, even if it's silly, even if most of what we make or write or create never sees the light of day. Everything we produce gets us closer to originality. One of the reasons I enjoy brainstorming my stories so much is because you can consider lots of different possibilities during a brainstorm session. It's a great exercise in originality. Our first solutions to problems or plot holes aren't usually original. It's only when we gather a whole collection of solutions that we start moving toward more innovative thought. We open up our creativity exponentially. It's about the volume of work over a day, a year, a career. Back when my husband and I were writing and recording music, we operated under this principle, though we had no idea about its more scientific benefit. We just knew that for a 12-song album, we needed to write 30 or more songs to get the best songs out of our brains. The other 18 unchosen songs would go back into the pool for the next album and maybe become more original when we approach them with fresh eyes and a red pen. The more we produce, the more original we can be. So how can we produce more? Here are 3 of my suggestions. Number 1, collect ideas. It's important to have a method for capturing ideas. I use a single notebook where I jot down every idea that comes to me, no matter how big or small, no matter how silly or serious, no matter if it's about a problem at home, or a problem in a story, or a new story idea, or new ideas for old stories. Every single idea goes into this notebook. I don't make judgments about the ideas. I just capture them. The more ideas you have, the more ideas you'll get, and the more original some of those ideas will be. So make sure you're not letting any of them slip by. Number 2, write daily. For years, I had a practice where I wrote 1 poem every day. Some of them were terrible. Some of them were great. This year, I challenged myself to write a picture book each week. It's the same story with those. Some of them are really bad, but can maybe be made better. Some of them have promise. Pick a month or 2 and challenge yourself to write a poem a day, or a short story a day, or a song a day, or whatever. Write as much as you can. Don't make judgments about what you write. Just focus on the volume. You'll end that month or 2 with some really great pieces. Number 3, fill your cup. Find the things that fill you up with ideas. Where do you get your inspiration? I find inspiration reading, watching good movies and shows, listening to music, having conversations with my kids, eavesdropping, people watching, looking at art or photography, or simply rest and be bored. Creativity and original thought love being bored, as I try to tell my children, to their annoyance. No one can constantly pour out without filling back up. When we produce in large volumes, we will produce something fresh and unique and magnificent. It's only a matter of time. That's it for today's Writing Tips with Rachel. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I'd love to know your tips for producing in greater volume and with more creativity. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for videos about books and life and more videos like this. And sign up for my newsletter at racheltolson.com for inspiration, book recommendations, news, and writing prompts. Stay strong and see you next time.